Hello and welcome to another episode of Chillin' with Dylan. I'm your host Dylan, and I am so happy to be bringing to you a new episode on a very important topic close to my heart and the heart of many, many people around the world. Billions, in fact, you could say. It is the topic of Chinese New Year because as of now of recording, we're coming up to that season in 2022. And so I've invited along a very good friend of mine as our newest guest of the show, Yuan. Welcome to the show, Yuan.
Thanks for having me. Hello.
It's really good to see you. We
Good
are
to see you.
actually doing this recording in person. I'm in Auckland, back in my hometown. Good timing, for some reason,
Definitely.
in Auckland. And so, yeah, we get the chance to sit together for the first ever in-person episode of Chillin' with Dylan. So it's a pretty momentous occasion.
Do you want to tell them where we're sitting?
No,
So
we'll
it's
keep it
secret.
a little bit secret for
Okay.
now. We'll make that, reveal it as it go.
Fair enough.
What is important is what we are talking about today. So, Yuan, what brings you here? Like, where are you from, and how did you get here? But yeah,
You mean originally?
yeah, I mean, like, where you're really from.
That's a fair question for me. It's a lucky one. So I was actually born in Taiwan. So that's where I'm originally from. Obviously, I'm here in Auckland, New Zealand. So I've moved here when I was about 9 years old with my family. So have been here since. And yeah, well, originally, if you want to go back that far, my grandparents were from China. So they were from
Cool.
Sichuan.
Sichuan?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, on my mum's side. And then my dad's side was from the north.
Oh, what part of the north?
I'm not sure.
Just the general north?
General north.
The north.
I can find out. I'll tell you later.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's so
original,
cool.
Original.
My mum's family is also originally from Sichuan.
There
Did
you
you know
go.
that?
I think I did know
I
that.
don't know. Yeah, I didn't. I didn't know that about you though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I told you though.
Oh, I think I confused with someone else. Sorry.
Yeah, that's
Nah,
okay.
nah.
That's okay. I'm used to that.
Well, this is awkward. No.
It's alright.
Nah. Well, it's really good to have you. So, yeah, I'm pretty similar in some ways. My parents moved from China in the 90s to New Zealand and settled in Auckland. I was born here in New Zealand around that time. And yeah, so my mum and dad are from different parts of China. Dad is from Shandong region and my mum is from Xi'an, the city there. So that
Shan
is...
noodle bar.
Yeah, oh, by the way, shout out to Shia Noodle Bar in Auckland and other parts of New Zealand. What a lit restaurant.
So
Everyone,
good.
if you're in
Number
visiting
37.
Auckland, number 37, what a
yeah.
lit dish. We're not getting sponsored, actually, for
No,
this.
free shout out.
Yeah.
Genuinely very good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, how do we know each other, though, Yuan? How do we even...
I think we met in Auckland.
Yeah.
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 So, I think Dylan mentioned on a previous podcast that he did like this exchange thing.
Wait, what's an exchange? What are you talking about?
It's like where you go overseas when you're in uni.
Yeah.
So he did that and he went to UCLA. So we both went to the University of Auckland. And then we were both going to the same exchange university and we had like a pre-departure meeting.
Yeah, that's right. That's how we met.
Yeah.
Like, ages ago, like 6 years or something ago, eh?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Crazy.
Wow. Yeah. We are UCLA friends, and then also friends in real life as well, because that was in real life.
Dylan was very good from the start. So we stayed at different accommodations at UCLA, but mine didn't open up for like 2 or 3 days until after I got there.
Yep.
So I'd met Dylan once
Yep.
for like 30 minutes, and I was like, can I stay on your floor for the 2-3 days
Yeah.
that I'm first there? And he's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I had to explain to my roommate.
Oh,
I'm not gonna
yes.
mention his name, but like he was very generous to allow
Yes.
someone who just moved in to just bring a friend to stay on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a very tiny room. He was very
yeah.
nice. And
Yeah.
he gave me a book and lots of wisdom
That you never returned.
that I never read.
And
I never
yeah.
returned.
Oh wow. Memes.
I hope he's doing well.
Yes. Wherever you are, you know. And I hope you're enjoying the podcast if you are listening. Yeah, so it's good to be here, and I think I don't actually know if we had a conversation, but since it's Chinese New Year, everyone talks about zodiac signs. What are you, Yuan? Which one are you?
Ooh. Do your listeners know what zodiac signs are?
No, do you? Do you want to explain? If actually, some people don't know. I mean, it's basically the 12 animals that represent each year of the lunar calendar in a 12-year cycle. So starts off with the rat and ox, and I think tiger's the third one. So
Yeah.
the year coming up, starting in February 2022, is the year of the tiger, which is the third year in the cycle of 12. And yeah, they have an order, and so there's a 12-year cycle. Each year has an animal.
And the order was from the race, right?
There was a race, yes. Do you know this story?
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
So
what
I
was it?
can't remember what they were racing to get to, but it was basically the 12 animals were like racing to get to some place, and the cow was actually first. That's why it was.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
the cow
how I
was
remember
first,
that. Yeah.
except the rat was sitting on the cow. So then the rat was first. So the rat won the race. And then
Yeah.
the order of each zodiac cycle is by,
Yeah, that's
the order of the
basically
race.
the story that got passed down through my parents. Yeah, like there was like a race of the 12 animals, and then the ox was like the favorite, right? The clear favorite. It was fast, strong, and it was gonna win the race. And then, but the rat was
cheeky.
cunning or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very cunning. So they were like, hey, like, can I just chill for a bit? Like.
Before the race?
Yeah, and somehow got on the ox's back, and then like at the end jumped off to win.
Yeah.
Sort of like, yeah, and then so it came first, and that's where the order comes from. Yeah, like that's the origin of that. I am unfortunately the last animal zodiac in the calendar. I'm a pig, born in the year of the pig. What are you,
Nice.
Joanne?
Do you want to make the sound associated?
No.
I'm sure your listeners would enjoy that. But that's okay, maybe next time.
Nah. What are you?
I was second to last, so
Oh, yeah.
I was the dog, which I feel like is pretty cool. I've always liked
That's
it.
a cool one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think you associate with dogs, like
Oh, I
personality-wise?
love dogs.
Oh,
yeah. Very loyal,
Yeah.
like eating.
What?
What?
Eating?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dogs love food.
Oh!
No!
No. That's not. I was like, actually.
Dylan.
I was gonna say that about pigs. I mean, like, I don't have pets, but like, pork is a very, very popular and common item in Chinese cuisine, right?
Yep.
It's pretty much the one thing that represents. I'll just move on
Yes,
from
it
that.
is. Yes. Okay. No. It's
Wait,
good.
yeah, I think our producer over there. Oh, by the way, yeah, like since we're doing this in person, we actually just roped along our friend Sally to be our producer for today, and she's been like, "Move on, guys! Like this is
Not the goods.
yeah controversial." Anyways,
No one here eats dog, by the way.
yeah, thanks for explaining that explicitly, but
Friends, not food.
exactly.
Anyway, the zodiac sign thing, I was actually talking with Sally about this. It's quite tricky, and sometimes I wish they never came up with it, because like if you're having a baby, you don't want to have it in the year of the snake.
Oh yeah,
Right?
true. Yeah, you're like
Unless you didn't care, but you still
Yeah.
know.
yeah. It's. I mean, I feel like people asking, like imagining seeing like 5-year-old kids going to school first day in China, and they're like, "Hey, what's your zodiac sign?" I was like, "I'm a snake,"
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, what? You're a snake?" Like they get bullied. But then actually, when I think about it now, just because like it's like everyone born in a certain year from February one year to February next year is that. So then it's like this entire year group is like
Snakes.
they're all snakes.
Watch out for that year group.
Yeah, there's bad ones.
In China, right, or across sort of like
Asia.
Asian countries, there's a massive baby boom when it's the year of the dragon.
Because everyone wants the dragon. That's crazy how, growing up in New Zealand, it's crazy to think that a lot of people do plan families and stuff.
Yeah, around that.
Yeah.
Auspiciousness.
Yeah.
There was a lady in Auckland who put up an ad a few cycles ago for like asking for donors so she could have a dragon baby.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think she was successful.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think in another 12 years, it's...
Too late?
No. Well, like, if you miss one cycle and you have to wait 12 years, but who knows? I don't know what the life situation is.
Yeah.
But, well, I think in many cultures, dragons exist and they're meant to be powerful, strong, probably the strongest, and it's a good thing, right? Yeah, so I can see why no one wants to be born a pig or
snake,
rat. Sometimes,
chicken, rooster.
Like you have to say ox instead of cow or boar instead of pig. Actually, that's I identify as a boar. Sorry,
I think it's pig.
Okay, well, think what you like.
I think you can think what you like.
I was actually thinking about zodiac signs. Like, I feel like for some reason something about me feels like as the 12th animal in my cycle, I feel like I'm the last of a generation, and I'm like, you know how like people say, when are you like, when does it become Gen Z at this, like, when you're born? I'm like, anyone that's born after my zodiac year is Gen Z because they have a completely new cycle, right? Like, it's like, you 90, whatever, 6ers, 7, 8ers that claim they're like, we're millennials.
Yeah.
I don't buy that. I reckon that's the cutoff. They've lost the race.
Yeah. I can see that. Controversial.
Nah, yeah, this is just my opinion.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Nice disclaimer.
Yeah. So, just curious, Yuan, your family has spent some time in Asia and also spent some time in New Zealand. Has the, Chinese New Year season been important for you guys? And, what was your experience as a kid during that time? If you remember anything.
Yeah, I remember something.
Yeah.
So Chinese New Year is massive in Taiwan. It's one of the only times people, like salary workers, get time off because the public holiday system's not as good there. Also, the annual leave system's not as good there for workers. So, yeah, it's the few times people get like 5 days off or something, I think. But yeah, like your extended family would all get together. Everyone cooks. Massive feast, all the kids, all the cousins like run around together, and we get red envelopes.
Oh, is it like Hong Bao?
Yeah.
In Mandarin,
Hong
right?
Bao.
Yeah, red
So
envelopes.
good.
What's in them?
Money.
Yeah,
Straight cash.
Like,
So
is this
good.
like just like $1, or is it like heaps? Depends.
Nah, it depends who you get it from. Usually
Yeah.
grandparents will give you the most.
Yeah.
Then they'd be like, don't tell your parents.
Oh yeah.
And
then they make it a competition sometimes.
Yeah,
with other relatives, like how much do they give?
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, I'll give them like twice as much.
Yeah, I think aunties and stuff just pretty similar. I can't remember exactly because I haven't had one in so long. Sad life. But I just remember everyone would give some sort of red envelope. If you were married, you had to give them as tradition.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and I remember actually I stole my brother's one once. So I'm coming clean here. New year, new me.
Whoa.
Sorry, David.
Yeah.
It wasn't much money though.
David.
I've given it back to him.
If you're listening, I think she's trying to say she's sorry.
Yeah, but that was after he like sabotaged my colouring in book.
Well, okay, can we cut this like family drama out? We don't like unload this on the world. Like,
No, I just want to say, it wasn't. He started it.
I think as kids, like there's all sorts of stuff about like what they get, and I think you can also see what someone else got. It's pretty much like Chinese Christmas or Christmas in Asia, right? Like
Yeah.
very much for kids, it's like the biggest time of the year. Yeah. I think I thought it was pretty cool whenever I got the red packets from my relatives. Although I didn't grow up in Asia, it was more done in Auckland. But like once or twice I did go during Chinese New Year season when I was a kid, back to China with my family and visited relatives, and it was just wild. It would be like random dinners with like 20 relatives and people, aunties and stuff you don't even know, and they all give you like these red packets and like it's pretty lit.
Well, it's called in Chinese it's called ya sui qin, which is basically you sleep with it under your pillow. Overnight. Like
the tooth fairy.
Yeah, but it's meant to basically signal that you're getting a year older.
Oh, yeah.
So that's quite cool.
Yeah.
And to get it, like, they don't just hand it to you willy-nilly. You have to say, what do you say?
I actually don't know. What do you say again?
Oh, come on.
I'm not a good kid.
You just give me the money.
Oh.
No, this.
What?
Okay. No, you say 恭喜发财.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to say other stuff like, I wish you prosperity, I wish you health and wealth. And then they give it to you.
Yeah. See, like, this doesn't come as naturally to me.
Right.
I think, I remember when I was a child, I remember in Auckland, there'd be, like, lots of Chinese New Year celebrations at some showgrounds, like, be, like, fairs and performances and like stalls for food. That's like a lot of that. My sort of memories are like of going to things like that. And I thought that was pretty cool because one of the coolest things, I guess one of the best things I thought you could get as a kid were at those events. There were the hongbao, the red packets, and they would contain not real money, but like chocolate coins.
Yeah.
That was like the best thing ever as a kid. I feel like I was like, I'd rather that over like $1,000 like any day. Like.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously times have changed.
Yeah, I mean times.
Need to pay the bills.
I mean, I think $1,000 was always better than 2 chocolate coins. But that's just me.
All right, we'll ask the audience. Who do you agree with? But that was a few of those things with my memories. But I think a lot of it is characterized by being with family and relatives. Usually I think it's the one time of year where you have the opportunity to spend time or interact with more than just your immediate family, especially for those of us like who've
in different cities,
gone to different cities, and those who've like for our parents who've migrated from their motherland, their homeland. It's like like an excuse to really get in contact with those they left behind. And so that's pretty cool, I think.
Definitely. It's basically like the Chinese version of Christmas. Really.
Like a month later or something. Month 2
or 2
months
later.
And I think for me is like sort of like calling like relatives, because wouldn't visit every year or go back, but it'd be like back in the day, this is probably like early 2000s what I remember, but when you had telephone cards, like those ones that you had to buy at like some,
it's discounted per minute.
Every minute is 2 cents. We'd like use that to call our relatives and then talk to them on that day, and I'd be like, gong xi fa cai, like
nice.
Like what does it mean? It's like
congratulations, get wealthy. Or,
pretty much. Like Merry Christmas, may all your wishes come true this year, sort of thing.
Yeah, but straight up like get rich.
Like no beating around the bush.
Nah, no ambiguity there.
That's what's up. That's what's important.
Yeah.
Right.
May you prosper.
Yes. were there any sort of like traditions that your family would do every year? Like any interesting sort of like unique things that?
No, not really for me. Not really that I can remember. We did all the usual things, but just big gathering, red envelopes, eating.
Yeah. Dumplings? Is dumplings part of?
I mean, I don't remember it exclusively or especially being part of it, but there was just everything, every food. But yeah, since moving here, like I only have my immediate family here, so it's not really celebrated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what I've heard, especially from my mum and their family, is I think for them it's like eating dumplings is a really necessary part of Chinese New Year. I think maybe for Northern Chinese people, it's like sort of like a tradition. It symbolizes something important. I think what that is like, I don't know, like good luck or new things or good. I don't know. I think it's just one of those things that you're just meant to do. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it's obviously those that celebrate Chinese New Year. it's a pretty diverse place in Asia. The wider, there's like, that New Year is celebrated by Koreans and a version of that that I won't attempt to pronounce, but like it's massive in other parts of Asia, and then within the countries themselves, different parts will also have different traditions of celebrating. Yeah.
That's super cool.
Our producer Sally has just told us that the reason for eating dumplings is to wish good wealth. It actually is meant to look like the ancient money in China, like these ingots, or imagine like what they look like. It's like gold. I think all I remember is like gold looks like bunch like in a little boat thing, or like gold little boat that meant to be money. And then if you eat the coins or like things that look like it, you'll be wealthy in the future and good lives.
It's all about the money, as we've now established.
Are we just like getting to the crux that everyone's just a really money?
Well, you need money to survive.
Right? Yeah, you do. I think it is important. I think it's like maybe it's a love language for families. Like take my money, like.
Take my money.
Yeah, like to the kids and stuff. We get the red packets. Take as much as you can. Yeah. Going deeper. Do you know much about the meaning of like this whole like where it all came from, or like where how did it all start? I've always wondered sometimes.
That's a really good question.
It is.
I am not too sure.
It's really hard to.
I know about the race, and I know that the duration's about 2 weeks, and it finishes with the Lantern Festival. But do you know
15 days or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a 15-day period of celebrations, which culminates in the Lantern Festival. Do I know? I think I've heard that it's something about it started off with like emperors or something deciding stuff for people when to celebrate the New Year. It's obviously based on the lunar calendar and lunar months, and aligns with that. I think I remember reading that it has something to do with celebrating ancestors as well. Like remember the past and look to the future, some deep stuff like that.
Oh yes, part of so there's things you're meant to do on each day of Chinese New Year, among the 14 days. And one of them is you're meant to visit your ancestors' graves effectively and clean it out. And a part of Chinese New Year is also before Chinese New Year, so on New Year's Eve, you should get your house all cleaned up.
To
welcome the new year, and you stick the like red paper on the door outside.
Wishing luck fu, which is like so that brings good luck or something, eh?
And you stick it upside down, so it's like it's arrived.
Oh really?
Yeah, you stick the word upside down. And so if you're in Taiwan or China or Hong Kong during Chinese New Year, you'll see that on every door. Sometimes people just don't take it off. I think for like a year we just didn't take ours off.
It's the equivalent of leaving the Christmas tree up until the next Christmas, eh? Yeah.
Or no, people hang like those things on their door for Christmas. Wreaths?
Yeah, those,
I guess equivalent.
Or the ones who have like Christmas lights on like the whole year.
Yeah. Well, the red is also meant to fend off spirits, like bad spirits.
Oh, right. That's right. Yeah, red's a really, really favourable colour. All I can remember, there's like probably 3 things that Chinese people really like, or at least older Chinese people more so, maybe than younger generations. But like, first is the colour red. It's good for everything. Good for clothes. Weddings have a lot of red theme. Good luck and stuff. The number 8. That's a great number. Yeah, it brings good luck.
Yeah. Do you want to explain why?
I forgot. I literally forgot. Do you know?
So, 8 in Cantonese is pronounced fa.
Oh.
Fa. Is that right?
Fa.
Thank you, producers.
Thanks, Sally.
Well, also in Mandarin it's pronounced ba, so the pronunciation is very close to fa, which means basically get really rich. So that's why you see a lot of, number plates that are like 888.
Yeah.
People like to choose their phone numbers, 888.
8th floor in apartments are good.
Yeah.
Like street names with 1 8 or 2 8 or 3 8s, or ideally 8 8s.
People probably
not that
propose on August 8th.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, it's a very big thing. The last thing, I think, well, you already mentioned dragons. Dragons are good, apparently.
Oh,
Having
dragons
babies
are good.
on dragon years. Yeah.
And on your birth year, so when it's your zodiac year, every 12 years basically. So for example, this year's the year of the tiger. If you're born in the year of the tiger and you are quite into this, then you would wear for the whole year something red on you. And that's to keep you safe, basically, because apparently on your zodiac year, that's when it's quite dangerous for you.
I've heard a lot about this, so for those who are going into the year of the tiger and that's their zodiac sign, I think I've read it, it's like worded differently or people say it differently, but like it's often a year where you will likely encounter challenges in life. Doesn't necessarily mean they're bad. Like it might be times where you grow a lot and if you overcome it, or you can sort of get overwhelmed or something. That's what I've heard from parents and others and all sorts of people. So
it makes sense, right? Because it's when you're 12, 24, 36, etc.
That's why I'm telling you, like every generation, you need to they've gone through the same stuff. They've all gotten, if they're all alive and kicking and happy after the 12-year cycle, then they've all gotten through two of their birth year cycles. Accomplished that, so they all get classed together. But
give yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah, good job. So on that note, I just want to say congratulations as of this podcast being released and stuff, the people who've just finished the year of the ox or cow, depending on what you want to call it. You've just gone through your zodiac year, and congratulations on overcoming whatever you have faced. Shout out to you guys. Some very close people to me are oxes, cows. Yeah. So
my brother's a cow/ox. I tried to buy him some red things, but he wouldn't wear it.
My sister's the same.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's right, safe and sound.
Yeah, I am pretty sure we are gone through most of what we wanted to say. I'm pretty happy that I get to be back in Auckland, in my hometown, close to the Chinese New Year season. From what I've heard, people do celebrate that before the actual date. It's like a whole season rather than a single day. Not like Western New Year or New Year or Gregorian New Year or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
it's the time of the year.
Yeah, it's that time of year. So you can expect a lot of things all around us. A lot of events and stuff. as long as COVID isn't, isn't
Hopefully
too
the
bad.
Lantern Festival's on.
Yeah, the Auckland Lantern Festival is usually massive,
Mm.
and it's been cancelled the last 2 years because of COVID, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I used to go there as a kid with my family, and then it seemed pretty small, just in Albert Park, a little small park next to the university, and then at some point over the last 5 or 10 years, it became a massive event and moved to the bigger park, the Auckland Domain.
Yeah.
And then that's when all my other friends would be like, "Let's go." I'm like, "Oh," it's you guys
It's cool now.
you guys heard about it as
Mhm.
well. I thought it was little, but
Yeah.
but it's a pretty cool event when it's on.
I think the last time I went, it was with the producer
Oh,
herself.
when was that?
It was so long ago.
A couple of years ago.
No, it was when Len Brown was the mayor. And we saw him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that guy. Okay.
Good
That's
times. Anyways.
Throwbacks.
Throwbacks.
We've just just shared some memories and experiences of what it's been like for us during this amazing time of year in Chinese New Year. So thank you so much, Yuan. It's been great having you along as a guest. Maybe we'll see you again in a future episode. And of course, thank you so much to Sally.
Thanks for having me. It was taking a trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about half of this stuff.
Yeah. It's a good thing to put together in a time capsule that we'll look back on with pride and good feels. Yeah.
Thanks, Dylan.
Yeah. Well, we'll wrap that up now. So to our listeners, thank you so much for listening in wherever you are in the world. And if you are celebrating Chinese New Year this year, happy Chinese New Year. Anyways, happy Chinese New Year, 恭喜发财. Enjoy the rest of the year and good luck.
For the Year of the Tiger.
For the Year of the Tiger. Go out and eat some nice food, dumplings, spend some time with your friends and family and relatives and grandparents and aunties. Those are very important. And we'll see you for the next episode. We're out. Bye. You've heard another episode of Chillin' with
Dylan.
Woo.